Okay, guys, this past weekend, Montreal Regionals, my friend Matthew Mileto made second place. What'd you play, bro?
Geist.
Okay, show us the list, man.
Alright, so core is super standard. You have 3 of the green one, Mario, 3 of Melu, best one. The bounce, Silk. Of course, 1 Faker and 1 Concurry. I don't know how anyone says this is bad because this card is probably one of the most busted ones in the deck. And so many times it just saves you in time and clutches you into Hextia. I would almost play 2 sometimes. So that's it for the standard core. Other hand traps I played, I actually made a 2 Crow because it's good against Spiral. It doesn't always stop their board depending what they have, but it does come in clutch most of the time. And it's good against so many rogue stuff. Like I played Zombies, Orcust, and Salad. Like those aren't even rogue, they are meta, but it comes up against them. And I'm happy I made these over stuff like Ogre today. And then Ash is the best generic hand trap. This is good against pretty much everything, so you play 3. So Spells is next. This is also game pretty standard now, just 3 Extravagance, 2 Duality. You play 2 because like you want the consistency, and you play 3 of this because it's the best draw card that you can resolve 2 and still win. So this is where a bit of spice comes in. The last 3 spells, I played 2 Mine.
Oof. Oh, man.
And Demise of the Land. This was just to be treated as like a second metaverse, basically. And just a bonus that it can't be ashed. I went with Mine because everyone's so scared of Spiral that they're remaining Drolls instead of stuff like Twins. And people are remaining evenly, but you can still play around evenly with Mine. So going first against Spiral or Luna Lights or even stuff like Orcust, Salamangreat, they're not really maining any spell trap removal. So you slap this on them and you pretty much steal game 1. Especially even going second, decks, even if you draw this, like decks aren't really OTKing you now. So as long as you just stall them out on your next turn, you just slap this and you get your resources back. So that's why I went with the Mine.
Free win card.
Yeah. So actually, let's start with the other Altergeist cards. So 3 Spoofing, because again, it's consistency. This card is so insane for dodging stuff like Imperm and just searching out the Concurry after. Again, you play 3. It's for consistency. And then I guess a little less standard, I played 1 Protocol and 2 Manifestation, just because Manifestation is so amazing for the grind game, so I don't get why people play 1. Like, 2 has come up so often for me. And in 1 Protocol, I might play 2 now that Evenly is so popular, because sometimes you have to banish this, which sucks. But 1 Protocol has been enough for me up to now. You just need it the 1 time, and you get it back every time with Soak. It's just because of Evenly that you might want to play 2 now.
Understandable.
So again, this is a bit of spice. I only played 2 Imperms instead of the very standard 3 because Faker Imperm is more of a wet dream more than something that's consistent nowadays. And Imperm just felt like a very lackluster hand trap just because against Spiral doesn't always stop them. Against Orcust, if they have an extender past the scrap, then they just go into Wyvern and then they have full combo anyway. And if against Salamangreat, they can play against this, play around against this. And the same thing for against Guru and the Mirror Match. It's just not the strongest card to stop them going second.
True.
2 Crackdowns. This didn't really come up that much. I played it just because, in theory, stealing a monster and then being able to link it off is really strong. Like, I wouldn't say you have to play this. I just chose to play it. I don't really have much else to say about it.
Did you side it out a lot?
When I expected too much back removal, yes. Like, I even played 2 Dinos. I took it out because, like, Lost World shits on it. You can't, like, you take it, but it's really not enough. They can still do a lot of stuff around it. So, I don't know if I'll continue to play, but it was a placeholder for today. And then 6 Solemns. These were also MVPs. Along Mystic Mind, these are MVPs of the tournament. There's nothing else to say about this. This helps deal with everything. So that's it for main deck. 40 cards.
Nice.
So we'll do extra deck next. Extra deck is also like nothing besides like these and then these to get Meluseek off. Like I played 1 Prime Banshee just because if you don't play like Waking or Super Poly, your extra deck you have so much room for it. And this comes up sometimes because it like Manifestation, the grind game. You go into this, you get you get stuff back from graveyard, so it helps with just grind game and more resources. And then these 3, I might even play a third Link Karibo, because not only like obviously for Meluseek, just searching Faker turn 1, But this card was such MVP today against, I played 2 Dinosaurs, and this on Lost World just shuts down so much of their stuff. And also in time, like this with Concurry and the Silk Loop, it's hard for them to actually get damage on you when you're like going 10 minutes into game 3. This won me so many games today. Nice. I couldn't even tell you. Other than that, you just kind of want targets for niche situations. So my Link 2s, I played a Phoenix just to get me out of like there can only be one, which I didn't see, and any other pops. I popped a lot of set twins with this today, and then Hito was just another filler again, because this if you have like Silk with the Almirage or even Hextia, you could turn like a Link 2 basically into a Link 3, or if you have a Link 3, you could go 1 link higher with the Hita. So it didn't really come up today, but again, most of these won't come up besides the ones you usually go into. And then the rest are basically Link 3s and 4s. So 1 Ningirsu, just because again, this just outs really like stuff you can't normally out, like things that can be targeted, Borload, Avermax, can't even think what else, but this just, it's so generic, it helps out things that can't be targeted, so you play it. And then there's the Link 4s. Again, it's just generic things you need. So Borload, because it outs Avermax, outs other Borloads, it outs the BLS. Boil Sword never came up. It's for TKs. Topologic came up once against I played Traptrix, which I lost to anyway. But he goes Scapegoat, and my one way was to make this into Link 4, and then with Mara's effect, I brought back another monster just to wipe out the tokens, which actually came out clutch because I wasn't really like those 4 tokens would have been able to do a lot to me, because you could like Phoenix to bait something, then go into Link 4, so that actually came in clutch for a win. And then Avermax never came up. It was good. And the last one that I don't have on me is Appaloosa that I borrowed from a friend. Shout out to Bruce for that. But it never came up either. It was just there in case I played like block BA. So
Fair
last
enough.
but not least, side deck. 1 Pankratops. It's at 1, but you still play it because worst case scenario, it's like it pops a back row. Most of the time you're popping like a set twin or something. So even though it didn't really come up today, I'm going to continue to play it because it's such a free card. I played 3 drills. I never had to use this today. I didn't play Spiral, but I did play against Heroes, which I sided it in, and I didn't see it, but I did need it. I won anyway.
Would you say you'd side these again?
It depends, because Spiral really underperformed at this regionals. I guess it depends how the meta shifts. These are literally just here for Spiral. I don't really see myself putting these in for any other deck, so as soon as Spiral stops like being hyped as the tier 1 deck, I would cut these, but as long as they are hyped in representation, you might as well put these, because you really don't want to go second against Spiral. You can't afford to have them set up.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And these were MVP today. I played
Just
2
2?
Gammas, just 2, because the side deck was kind of tight, but especially because like you don't always get to use it. If you drop 2, sometimes it just becomes dead. But this was so good because I liked it. Before I said Imperm was pretty mad this format, but this, if I go against Traptrix, if I go against Guru or Altergeist in a mirror match, hitting this on like Faker or Guru or Sarah, and even meta decks, exactly like hitting the Scrap Recycler, if I negate and destroy it, all of a sudden they can't go into Wyvern. So these, being able to resolve this actually shuts down the turn, unlike an Imperm or an Ash. Just like if this resolves, your turn's over. And this won me the very last game against in round 8, because I go Extravagance, tried to Ash, and I gammed him. And then with the Gamma, I went to Phoenix to pop his set twin. And
dirty guy.
that just won me the game, completely won me the game. 2 borders. I did side it in, but I never saw it. It's Jesus in the mirror. It's Jesus going first in general, even against like Orcust. You slap this on, and against any combo deck, if you're going first and you summon this, especially close to time, like it puts them in such a weird position to out this. And I never saw it, but I would actually probably keep these in. 2 Lightning Storms. Never resolve this. Same thing. This was just supposed to be like a 5 evenly, is honestly. To me, these kind of do the same thing. They're almost for the same matchups. I think I saw Lightning Storm twice, and evenly once, I got judgmented every time. They never resolved, but I wouldn't cut these just because like, yeah, it's good bait, exactly. And like, if you are able to resolve evenly in Faker, it's game. So like, having this, and like I know I said impermanent faker is more of a wet dream, but this is more realistic because you could go Miller-Seek to like bait something, and if you destroy it, you search faker, and then still in battle phase you get to slap this and resolve faker. So
Spicy play.
it's more reliable than the imperm. And then the very last card, Order. I didn't main it because I had the Mystic Mind package, but against especially like pendulums and I mean even most decks, like Order usually, even if it's not a pure spell deck, like even against Orcust, Order ends up shutting off like at least 2 or 3 cards in their hand. So I always liked having Order. The only time I didn't side this in going first is if I was against either like pure combo or if it was close to time.
Okay, man. Anything else you'd like to say?
Shout out to Team Dolphin. I think this is gonna be our first video on the actual channel, so I'm hoping that we get to kick things off. It was really fun, and honestly, shout out to my team. I couldn't have done that without them.
Yes, sir, bro. I hope you keep playing Altergeist for a while.